Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. As you probably could already tell from the thumbnail, we're gonna take a look at the new Pat McGrath EYEDOLS single eyeshadows. Don't know if I'm gonna crack into a demo today, but we are certainly gonna take a look at swatches, make some comparisons, and maybe a demo. We'll see how it goes. If you want to see all that go down, then please keep on watching. Hello my friends, if it's your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Alicia and Kinky Sweat stands for my kinky hair and sweat life. I'm a fitness professional who just loves beauty. All my movement adventures can be found on my Instagram. My class schedule, workshop, and pop-up events can be found on my website. So here is the vase of sequins I was talking about at Maddie's house. I just put all sequins that I've ever encountered in any Pat McGrath kit in here. And just wait until you see this package. Look at this black shiny tinsel. I mean, I appreciate how Pat McGrath Labs upgraded their packaging, but this is a lot. These babies came to my door comfortable. Okay. I'm happy to report that none of the shadows came damaged, so that's great. Pat McGrath released 17 singles in total. I managed to purchase 7. I think the ones that I purchased are all new shades and the rest are existing shades in her mothership palettes. Before we crack into these babies, let's go into some product details, shall we? Price per single is $25. Many people are upset with that because if you break down each pan in her big mothership palettes at $125 a pop, that totals to around $12.50 a single. Is almost double when just purchasing the single. In terms of limited edition information, on Pat's website, it does not specify if these singles are limited edition, which is where the singles are currently being sold on. However, when I go on my Sephora app, it says coming soon, okay, limited edition, exclusive, online only, coming soon. It says limited edition on Sephora. I don't know if that's limited edition availability on Sephora's app or in general. I don't see limited edition on Pat's product page. I just see the product description, the product features, how to use, and reviews. Nothing about being a limited edition. So I'm not too sure what that means on Sephora's part, but I'll keep you updated as the time goes. In the beginning, there was the mothership, where shadows invoking the ritual rebellion and obsessive opulence of divine makeup artistry first came to light. Now behold the rapturous debut of her couture color creations in singular form. A divine array of sinfully smooth pigments and sublimely saturated to transcend the spectrum. Tease and tempt in tantalizing textures, cross polymorphic masks that deliver an ultra soft focus effect, gel powder metallics that exude velvety smooth iridescence and high impact pearlescent shimmers that lavish eyes and lustrous multidimensional color ascend to the heavens, become an idol deserving of worship. I die at her descriptions. I mean, this is great. Whoever's writing these makeup descriptions, I want them to write my bio. We have 3 different finishes from the EYEDOLS. Get it? EYEDOLS. We have shimmer, matte, and metallic. We will expect from the shimmer, micronized pigments deliver an extremely blendable, high-impact luminous finish, wet pearl finish with a unique creamy touch, buildable coverage with shimmery reflection and dimension. From the matte, one-stroke smooth velvet color that adheres evenly with a weightless feel. Pure pigment technology designed for perfect. I think they meant to type Kali, but this was like an error. Kali expression? And high impact results? Sure. Easy to blend powder is flexible, designed to stay in place. From the metallic, revolutionary texture perfectly captures light and radiates pure color with shocking dimension. Sensorial application with pure color infused with glistening metallic shine. Color glides, blends, and builds flawlessly. We like that. And here is how it comes packaged, friends, in her typical like sequins package fashion. This is a pain to deal with. That's why I keep it all in a vase, because I don't want to throw the sequins away and cause environmental damage. I don't even know if you could recycle sequins. Let me know down below. I could always look it up as well. You have product details stickered here on the front, and the product details same here stickered on the back. I believe these are all the same weight despite the different formulas. Yes, each EYEDOL eyeshadow single weighs in at 1.1 grams of product or 0.04 ounces of product. You get more product in the palettes. in the Mothership palettes because the total net weight for Mothership is 20 grams. Wait, hold on. I could wait. Yes, what am I saying? I need to give myself more credit when it comes to math, friends. You get 2 grams of product per pan in her Mothership palettes. $25 is a lot to spend on a single shadow. I wonder how much Natasha Denona singles cost. I'm very curious indeed. Why am I using my phone? I could use my iPad. Hello? I can't find the eyeshadow singles on Natasha's website, but her Black is Black single matte shadow costs $29. I don't think it's only 1.1 grams though. You get a lot more in there. You get 4 grams of product for $29 for that black eyeshadow single. Pat's charging a pretty penny per single for $25 at only 1.1 grams each. And at this point, if you don't have the singles or a Mothership palette, definitely getting one of the Mothership palettes is just better bang for your buck right off the bat. Ooh, which one should I open first? We're also looking at a recommended shelf life of 12 months. Making sure that I have 12 months on all 7. Yes, and these are made in the USA. Oh, we have to start with Synthetica. It's the purple one. This looks sick. Here it is. Single from Pat. I managed to fish out her like original singles that came in her I think this was the Dark Matter kit. I forgot which one it was. This is like the silver pigment that came in the clear plastic cover. Very simple in packaging. This is the ultraviolet blue pigment, all black plastic packaging with the little mirror inside. And here we have this. This is 4 grams of product, and here we only have 1.1, so you get a lot more. But this wasn't sold as a single. I got that in a kit, so I wouldn't know how much it costs as a one individual item. Oh gosh, this has tape on the thing. It's always good to have a pair of like dull tweezers you don't plan on resharpening for these types of tasks. Let me tell you. It's magnetic, but it's very light. I would be careful when packaging this in your bag. It's a cool compact. It's like the pan looks suspended in the frame of the packaging. So it's expensive, but at least it looks cool, I guess. And then of course you have Pat McGrath Labs lettering on the top of the lid. So here we have Synthetica. Oh, that's this is like duochrome. I don't know if you can see it change on camera. There's something going on in there. That is absolutely gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Right now, the only color that's sold out online on patmcgrathlabs.com is Enraptured. Synthetica is a metallic shade and it's described to be a glittering ultraviolet. That's glittering indeed. It doesn't feel like one of her, let me see. If I popped into Subversive and go into Night Creature, I'm just gonna put Night Creature next to it. I would say it's similar in texture. It definitely still has great shine, but isn't that crazy when swatched next to Synthetica how pink Night Creature looks? Ooh, which one should we do next? Which one should we do next? Oh yes, this is the one I want to look at. Burnished Honey. Burnished Honey is a Mahogany Suede. That looks rich. Ooh, 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 yeah. Oh my goodness. Look at that richness in color. You know we were gonna have to swatch this next to Paradiso. I'm very curious to see what this looks like next to Paradiso, especially since Paradiso has a similar reddish undertone. Paradiso definitely looks a little more brown than Burnished Honey. That is simply gorgeous. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to put that all on my crease. If you're wondering what I have in my eyes now, I have the Lit eyeshadow palette from ColourPop with a little bit of the brown from the Natasha Denona Mini Nude. You like it? Enraptured is a metallic, gleaming antique gold. Oh, that's beautiful. Look how shiny and smooth that is. Unbelievable. Oh my god. Out of curiosity, let me just swatch Liquid Sin from my ecstasy. Oh yeah. Enraptured has a little more, I can see why it's antique instead of regular gold. Liquid Sin definitely appears a lot warmer than Enraptured for sure. They're both beautiful shades, but there's that slight difference in undertone. Ooh, this is the other matte I was looking forward to swatching, Statuesque. And I'm gonna pop out Subliminal to see what those shades look like next to this. Statuesque is a matte Suede Neutral Taupe. Oh, I can kind of see that still. That makes me very curious to see how that appears on its own by itself. If we were to crack into Subliminal and try Ultimate Taupe, see how that looks like next to Statuesque. Oh yeah, Statuesque definitely has a little more warmth to it. Good news, I'm happy about that. Because it definitely looked cool toned online, but then when I saw the swatches on the arms, it appeared a little more browner than I was expecting. But you wouldn't be able to see that undertone unless Swatch is something a lot more cooler, so that's great news. Corrupt Copper is a metallic, bright copper. Oh, that looks like the sun. Oh my gosh. Look at that shine, friends. Woo! Copperized from the mini Sublime Bronze Ambition palette. Let's just see how that looks. There we go. Ooh, Corrupt Copper definitely looks more orange and fiery, whereas Copperized has a little more red in it, don't you think? That's what I'm picking up anyway. Oh, and they also come with a very small, thin protector layover on these compacts. Rose Venus is a metallic pink shimmer. Ooh, that's bright. Oh, that looks so much richer than how it appears in pan. Don't you think? That threw me for a loop. Wow. I wiped my finger. I didn't have any Corrupt Copper on that finger. Let me just do another one just in case. Holy mackerel, that's insane. That is like a deep, rich pink. Isn't that something else? I thought that was going to swatch a lot lighter. Wow. All right. That was a nice surprise. The last one. Lastly, we have Crimson Fire, and this is a metallic red shimmer. Oh, that indeed very red. The only one I could think of is from her Decadence Mothership palettes in the shade Hedonistic, which I think is going to appear a little more orange than Crimson Fire. Yeah, it's a little lighter in color. Definitely a lot more orange red than Crimson Fire. But if we were to dip into Bronze Seduction, I think Bronze Seduction Blitz Flame is going to be, well, it's a different texture altogether. Let's take a look at Blitz Flame. This has a little more body to it. Blitz Flame is a beautiful shade. I think it's more of a truer red than Crimson Fire. Crimson Fire is almost like a maroon red compared to Blitz Flame. Now, if you were to get these in her trio packs, one of them is currently sold out. If you were to get them in a trio pack, a single compact will come in around $22. It's 21.6666. You'll get $4 off if you get the trio. One of the trios are currently sold out, and that's the one with Lapis Luxury and Purple Rain. I'm curious to see what Synthetica looks like next to Purple Rain from La Vie en Rose. Purple Rain is sold as a single if you don't have La Vie en Rose and you love purple. So here it is. Ooh, yeah, definitely more violet, definitely more true purple. That's insane, the difference, because initially when you see Synthetica, you will think super purple, but Purple Rain is Purple Rain. I almost got Divine Mink as a single, and since we're talking about it, there has been no evidence of Pat possibly restocking that palette. You will have the opportunity to buy at least some of the shades in the palette as singles. Divine Mink is a beautiful shade. It's one of my favorites out of all the palettes that she have, mini and big Mothership. This shade right here, it is so smoky, lavender gray. It's unlike any shade I have in my collection. Just to have that around as a single, if I plan to do a single eye look with just that color, is just, I mean, $25 is a lot to drop on one eyeshadow that I technically already have in a palette. And Lapis Luxury is this blue. Oh my goodness. That sold as a single, and man, that is one of the most beautiful blue turquoise shadows. I mean, it is so creamy and rich in color. Look at that opacity. Shiny, brilliant. Oh my god. Those are the product details. We did the swatches. We did comparisons. I definitely want to do an eye look or two. I'll try not to go nuts because I got to take this off. I definitely want to use Burnished Honey. Maybe I'll do a lighter type of demo today. I won't go super zoomed in just so we can see the color. And then I'll come back on here and do looks with the singles. Does that sound like a plan? Let's take this eyeshadow off and I'll meet you back here. That's enough. Maybe a little more. Okay, on the list, Too Faced Multi-Use Concealer in Natural Beige as my prep. I have to go into a Burnished Honey, friends. I have to. All right, maybe a little closer. I've been waiting for this so long. Wayne Goss number 16 with Burnished Honey. We got some kickback in the pan, friends. I feel these mattes are a touch softer than the ones found in her palettes. Whoa, that's looking rich already. But it's so easy to blend. It's a little softer in the single, but still very smooth. Using my Hakuhodo J5523. Same Burnished Honey shade, but pulling that under the lash line. Oh, I love that shade. Yes. You know, this reminds me of one of the matte in Melt's 27 palette, like that rich reddish brown. It's so pretty. I want to see how Corrupt Copper looks. Taking my Synergy Builder Pro with Corrupt Copper. That is so crazy up close like that. Oh my god. This is dry. The camera is picking it up more red. In person it looks a lot more orange. That's so pretty. Oh my god. Let's try it wet. Oh yeah, we kicked up the shine with that. Rose Venus, same brush, Builder Pro, but right here under the nook of my lower lash line. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, Gamma Contact, oh god. Just cleaning up the crease a little bit. Got a little too much Corrupt Copper on the crease. Let's do the other eye, get some lashes on, and I'll be right back. Here's the finished look, friends. Again, Burnished Honey on the crease, lid, lower lash line. Corrupt Copper on the lid, and Rose Venus on the lower lash line. Lily lashes in the style Diamonds. Burnished Honey is so pretty. I will say Corrupt Copper is a little thinner than I feel her other metallic shade. It's a beautiful shade, but I find it's best applied with the finger on the lid. I thought that's how I got the most impact, because when I applied it dry first and then I applied it wet, I felt when I applied it wet, it took away some of the pigment that was already there and it was starting to shear out. So that's the one critique I have. I don't think these metallic singles are like the ones or several of her ones in her palettes. I just feel the ones in her minis have a little more creaminess to them. Again, this is Copperized from Bronze Ambition, and this is Corrupt Copper from her singles. And I'm curious to know if anyone got a single that's existing in a palette that has the palettes as well, if the formula is the same. I have to do another eye look. I want to use Statuesque. I want to see how that applies on its own on my lids. Maybe we'll apply it with Enraptured and see how that goes. And then I want to do Synthetica too. Okay, fine, 3 looks fine. Let me take this off and I'll meet you back here in a minute. Taking my Hakuhodo J5522. Now with Statuesque. Lids prep with the same Too Faced Multi-Use Concealer in Natural Beige. We got anything? Well, we got a little something. Yeah, that's showing up some. I mean, it's not like Burnished Honey, obviously, but showing up more than I would expect if just seeing it in the pan. And I'm really loading the brush. Hakuhodo J5523 with Statuesque, now on the lower lash line. That's pretty on its own. It's very low key. So this is probably a no makeup day if I wanted something on my crease, like a little something. Now going in with Enraptured. Just applying this with my oh wow. Oh, we got a little out of hand. I'm just using the brush to get that out of my crease. Synergy Builder Pro with Enraptured Wet on this lid. You know what's happening? And I forgot the name of the person who left this comment. I actually have to reply to her now. She described what was happening to her with the shades in Eye Ecstasy, what's happening to me now. Because up close, it looks textured when I apply this wet. I'm gonna apply this with my finger. You definitely get the most color impact when you apply these with your finger. I just feel the ones from Eye Ecstasy and also the ones from the Mothership Minis perform a lot better than these singles, I have to say. They just feel thinner to me. They feel a lot thinner. I'm gonna take this off because I actually was just curious to see how statuesque looked, so I'm satisfied with that. And go in all over with Synthetica. And I wanna see how that metallic performs as a standalone standalone shade. Let's prep with the same concealer. Now let's go in with Synthetica. I'm really curious to see how this performs on its own, how it could be manipulated, because that's one of the things I love about Pat's metallic formula. You could zhuzh it around, do whatever you want with it, and it wouldn't sheer out and become thin and weird. Taking Sonia's Worker 3. I did not set this, by the way. Concealer is unset. Here we go with Synthetica. The shine is amazing. Absolutely. I'm gonna pull this close to the crease. I'm punching it in first so I could get the most color there. And then I'm gonna use the tip of the brush to pull it through the crease and just blend it further. Not too bad, not too bad. I'm happier with this shade than I am with Corrupt Crimson. Corrupt Copper. I feel a lot better with this shade than I do with Corrupt Copper, for sure. The shine is amazing. I mean, the glitz factor is unreal. So this is very much what I'm used to from Pat. It's not as creamy as Amnesia from her Eye Ecstasy kit, or even some of her metallics from her minis, or even from the ones in Decadence. I'm gonna pull Synthetica Same Worker 3 brush under my lash line. Statuesque will be a great shade to blend out this with, or any intense bold color you have in your collection and you don't want to apply it by itself. I feel Statuesque is the perfect neutral shade to blend the edges of a bold color out with. So that gave us a really nice gradient. Wayne Goss number 7 with Rose Venus. To the inner third, I'm applying that on Synthetica as well, just to create that gradient around the inner corner and pulling it through a little bit on the lower lash line as well. Synthetica wet on my Sonia G Builder Pro. Pump up the shine on the center. Oh yeah, that makes it really shiny. So crazy how blue it looks on camera. I'm not sure if the footage will appear the same. In person, the shine just looks so much more purple pink than it does on camera. That's crazy. All right, friends, let's do the other eye, slap on some mascara, and I'll be right back. Here's the finished look, friends. Lily lashes in the same style. I'm sorry, this looks a little wonky. Just don't mind her. I like how the purple looks on my lids for sure. That was a one and done color that I was happy with how it performed. I do feel that the other, like for instance, Purple Rain is a totally different formula than Synthetica. Synthetica is more about the glitz and the twinkle, whereas Purple Rain is a creamier, true metallic purple. Again, Synthetica a little more violet. As far as my standout favorites from the singles that I did purchase, Burnished Honey, that mahogany matte, outrageously beautiful. I will say this is pretty consistent with her matte formula found in her palettes. It has a little kickback, but not so much that it's like an Anastasia matte in one of her palettes. A little kickback in the single pan, but nothing outrageous. I like Statuesque. I'm happy I had this single. Is it necessary? No, but if I were to just pack this by itself with a bold eyeshadow palette, then I could use this to blend out those green, blue, purple shades or what have you. The only shade that I didn't use all over my lid was Crimson Fire, and I feel that this might be the one that I could manipulate the best, because just judging from the swatch here, it moves pretty nicely across the skin, so I feel I'll have more success with that in having that as a blend out single color metallic shade for the eyes. Corrupt Copper, I don't know how I feel about Corrupt Copper. I feel it's a little drier than a lot of her metallics because it's nice on the skin here. Maybe it serves better as like an all over blend out shade, not just like a standout lid shade. It was just doing weird things on my lid when I applied it, so I really don't know what the deal is with that. I need answers. I'm just going to take off the top portion of this eyeshadow and just pop on some concealer. I'm not going to do like a carve job or anything. And just put it all over my lid. I'm going to use my Sonia G Worker 2. I'm going in with Corrupt Copper. I just want to see how this moves across the skin. See, when I do that, it's nice. But you know what? It moves really nicely across the skin. Is when I do this, I see through it a little bit. Like it shears out just a little bit. On camera, it looks beautiful. Beautiful and bright. But in person though, there's just a little inconsistency in texture on the lid. It doesn't look as opaque as like her other metallic shades do. I'm going to go in with Crimson Fire with the same Sonia brush. Crimson Fire is a lot better than Corrupt Copper. It looks smoother on the lid. It doesn't have that texture inconsistency. It looks even from lash line to crease, whereas Corrupt Copper is doing like weird things on my skin. A lot happier with crimson, absolutely. Just using Statuesque to blur out the edges. Great color to have on standby. Statuesque is like a nice blurring shade for sure. How crazy do we look? Enraptured just on the inner corner. That's a nice combination. That added really beautiful shine to the inner corner and a nice gradient effect. All right, let's just end with our final thoughts quickly because my battery's already dying. You were not even here for an hour. The ones that I was most impressed with was definitely Burnished Honey, Crimson Fire, Statuesque, Rose Venus, and Synthetica. Not too happy with Enraptured and Corrupt Copper. I felt these were a little thinner than what I'm used to with the Pat Metallic. When you blend it out, you still see the color. The color is there for sure. But when I apply these on my lid on top of the matte on the first few looks, I just felt it sheared out in weird places. It wasn't consistent in terms of the spread. And I thought that was really strange for a Pat Metallic because that rarely happens. I'm gonna make these work because I have them, but definitely not impressed with the formula, more so with the formula found in her minis as well as her motherships. I'm not sure if Divine Mink or Lapis Luxury, even Gold Standard, any of those singles are consistent with the formula in her Decadence palette. I hope it is because that formula is just, it's heavenly. It's divine. It really is. I might pick up a single of Divine Mink because that's a color I don't mind having with me just to do a single eye look with because it's beyond gorgeous. I'll definitely think about it because I am curious to see if that formula is consistent. And that's it, my friends. Let me know down below if you received any of Pat's Idols singles. Let me know your thoughts. Those are definitely mine in terms of formula. I'm definitely going to still play with these and I will report back because we still have all of April. And until then, that is a wrap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And until then, I'll see you on here again with another tutorial, how to get ready with me or review. Take care and I'll see you again soon. Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. And my class schedule, workshop, and pop-up events. She just goes on tempting textures and salami. Huh. Oh my gosh, this bed is a disaster. Of course though, where did I put the scissors? I thought I had the scissors here with me. Did I forget to grab them? Oh man. I got the scissors. Okay. Oh! Sequins everywhere. Half of this footage is just me taking out these singles. And we were to crack into here's finished look, friends. Here we are. La 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 la. Oh my god. Oh!